Alright, welcome back everybody. We're going to do a pod review for you today. It's going to be on this pepper right here, and this is called the Ethiopian Brown. Alright, welcome back everybody. It's getting late in the year and we're going to do another pod review. We got to get so many more of these pod reviews done. And we're going to work our way back here slowly because I have a injured spine. And I got to be careful how I maneuver today. So I'm looking at this pepper. I've been looking at a few of them. Got a couple brownies ready here. But we're going to do this brownie here. Now I've done reviews on this in the past. And this is called the Ethiopian Brown, and it's a very interesting pepper. So let's pick one of these, and we'll give this a go. Now this isn't fully ripe, and I know it's not fully ripe, because generally these peppers go from like a shiny color to a satin color when they're fully ripe, and I'll try to show you that in the light. It's like half ripened, but we'll try to show that to you. Now it's a funny pepper, and that's one of the things that they do. Oh, I gotta be careful here. Bad back. So, I'll try to get you in some good light here. Okay, so if you look at the lower half of the pepper, I'm not sure if my camera will pick it up, but you can kind of see that it gets satin. It's satin or flat colored. There's no glossiness to it down on the lower half. But then you look at the upper half of the pepper and you can kind of see it shiny. Alright, you see how that is? If you can kind of see that, when this pepper gets fully ripe, they really get a satiny color to it, and they're thin-walled, so they're better or best for drying. That's my experience with this pepper. And this pepper is kind of funny. It can be really easy to grow, or it can be very hard to grow. And sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. It's a hit or miss kind of a pepper. I've had a couple of years go by. I mean, I did really good when I've wintered them over. I had all these pods. I never saved seed. I don't know why. Or I lost a seed. I think I saved seed, and now it's gone. But so I didn't have it, so I actually had to rebuy this pepper and regrow it. But you can do quite well with it, and especially if you winter it over. Again, this plant doesn't normally get too much bigger than like maybe 30 inches or something like that, maybe 3 feet, and that's it. But it will put out quite a few peppers. The peppers can get quite long. They can get maybe almost double in size of this, and so they can get quite long, and they're just a gorgeous pepper. Very, very gorgeous type of pepper, and that is the Ethiopian Brown. So let's turn you around and let's give that a go. Alright, welcome back everybody. We're going to do a pod review for you today. It's going to be on this pepper right here, and this is called the Ethiopian Brown. And there it is. That's it. That's what it looks like. Nice little pepper. Now these peppers can get much longer than this. They can go anywhere from 6 to maybe even possibly 8 inches long. And they're very thin-walled, and they generally, what I've noticed with this variety is they'll go from like a waxy, shiny color to when they fully ripen, they start to get like a satin or flat finish to it. It's not glossy anymore, and that's generally how I go by when they're ripe. Now they do go from green to brown, and eventually, as they ripen up and the wall thins out, as they're ripening, that wall gets thinner. As that's happening, they start to get flat and satin. So that's how you know you're getting either too ripe or you know you're getting past that point. So here it is. Without any further ado, let's give it a go. I had to spit some of that out. It was a little bit too tangy for me. Now, that could just be the time of the year that's causing that. I don't remember these being that tangy, but this thing was pretty tangy. Originally, when I first bit into it, it did have a little bit of sweetness. But then after that, it followed up with this strong, tangy flavor. It wasn't make you want to vomit or anything, but it was pretty intense. Now, it does have heat on it, but that tangy flavor really caught up quick, and it was kind of unexpected, to be honest with you. It wasn't bad because the flavor of the pepper itself actually tastes pretty nice. What does this pepper taste like? As a fresh pepper, of course. This pepper would be most suitable for drying, to be honest with you. What does it taste like fresh? It's weird. It doesn't necessarily taste like an annum, but it tastes similar to like maybe a possibly cayenne flavor, but it has its own flavor. Nothing intense, nothing chocolatey or coffee flavor or nothing like that. But it does kind of fall into that cayenne flavor, but it's just there was that tangy part really kicked in. Now let's talk a little bit about this heat on this thing. Now the heat on this, now I'm pretty sure this is an annum too. The heat on this is pretty strong. I'd put this heat at probably between 8 and 15,000, at least on this one. And if I go up that pepper a little more, I'm sure that heat will come up a little bit more as well. The heat on it was definitely up there. The type of heat that it is, well, I chewed it on this side of my mouth, so it's really kind of concentrating in that area. It's burning the gums, between the teeth, top of the tongue, along the edge of the tongue, the lips a little, and it's really hitting the back of my throat pretty good. Actually, it's hitting the back of my throat more than really anywhere. So it's pretty intense, that part. It feels good. I like that throat burn a lot. It really, you know, if you got a little bit of a sore throat, man, that feels good on there, man. That feels real good. But that's where I feel it the most. Now, again, that intensity of it, it's kind of almost like, I don't want to say chancy burn or chinensi burn. I would probably say it would probably be more like, it'd be more like falling into the Pekin type of a burn. The annum, the wild annums, that Pekin, those glabucicolum type of burns, it's kind of falling into that, believe it or not. It's pretty intense. It's not a light burn. But it's a nice burn. It's a nice burn. Again, I wouldn't put it too much past that, but then again, you know, I don't know what the actual Scoville rating on these are. These could go up to 25, 30,000 Scovilles. I don't know. I'm just telling you what this pepper is. Now, as far as the wall thickness on this, you can see that it's very thin. I don't know how to get you to see this here. I'll try to bring you outside. Ooh, watch the back. Sorry about that. You see the wall thickness is really thin on this? It's thin like a cayenne. Okay, so just keep that in mind. It's very thin wall thickness. The skins were very, very thick on it. Very thick. This pepper is absolutely most suitable for drying. I wouldn't even pickle something like this. This is a drying pepper. And then you can break it up or grind it up nice. You get a really nice powder out of it. But, yeah, it's got a nice burn on it. And it's definitely, the flavor of it was kind of awkward eating it fresh. But again, this is a drying pepper, guys. Once you dry these peppers out, the whole flavor thing is completely different. I might start doing my reviews different in the coming years, where I do the fresh part of the review now, and then I'm not going to upload the video for, I don't know, several months, and then I'm going to have some of these pods that dry out, and then we'll do a review on it when it's dry and add that to the video. We'll do a wet, we'll do a dry video, a dry part, and then to give you an idea of the flavor, see what I'm talking about. It's a lot of work to do that, but I'm telling you, a lot of these peppers, a lot of people get turned off on them because of what I say, because they're thinking that you're going to eat them fresh. A pepper like this is not a fresh-eating pepper. This is a drying pepper. So just keep that in mind. It's definitely a good pepper to grow. I've grown this now for several years. This is probably one of the first types of peppers I were growing when I first moved up into Pennsylvania. So this one I've been growing now for close to 11 or 12 years now. So growing it on and off throughout the years. Again, I did really good on it when I first started growing it, and then it just became a challenge down the road. I don't know why. It could just be environmental changes. Who knows? But anyway, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to put the information in the description below. I'll also leave a link in the description below that you can visit the website and purchase the seeds if you want to give it a grow for yourself. And that's really about it, guys. That was your pod review for the Ethiopian Brown. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.